Racial inequality has been a major problem in the United States for hundreds of years. Recently, the Black Lives Matter movement has come to the forefront, and both students and faculty members at the College of New Jersey are trying to make a difference by bringing the conversation to campus.
My name is Medina Pio-Drago. I'm a sociology nonprofit community development major. I think that, obviously race relations is always going to be a heated topic in your communities, whether it be your classrooms, whether it be in your school environment.
My name is Kim Pearson. I am an associate professor of journalism and professional writing at the College of New Jersey. We have a responsibility as educators to help all of our students think about what it means to live in a diverse and interdependent world.
BSU, which stands for Black Student Union, has been doing a lot of things to educate the community about these issues. These issues don't only affect, people of color, they affect the whole nation and eventually the entire world. It needs to be discussed not only within communities of color, but amongst everyone.
The atmosphere of the classroom is absolutely critical. It's even more critical that we have conversations in the journalism classroom, the computer science classroom, the communications classroom that value inclusiveness.
I can say the conversations have been happening. Unfortunately, it's not at the level where it could be. We have had, panels, we have had protests, marches, and things of that nature, but I definitely think that more can be said and more can be done towards speaking and bringing the issue to light. But I definitely do think that, conversations about race relations and systemic racism, oppression do need to be talked about more specifically, because it is extremely important in recent news to continue these conversations and move it past just a hashtag.
We need to bring a critical eye and an independent eye to the phenomena of social media. One of the problems with some of the social media campaigns, conversations, is that they can lack dimension, they can lack complexity.
Everyone is ignorant in their own way. Everyone has a lot to know. There's no such thing as knowing everything. It's really about getting past just the hashtag. A lot of times, social media does do a great job at, getting things out there and, letting the public know, but then eventually things die down. It becomes a time where we have to take active action to let progress occur. It's began with the process of the slave trade to segregation to Jim Crow. So this is not an issue that is new to people of color and people not of color. But I think the conversation of Black Lives Still Matter just once again brings to the forefront that these problems need to be discussed, not only within the confines of communities of color and amongst people of color, but within everybody, because this is an issue not specific to any race. This is an issue that affects everyone. I think by doing that whole Black Lives versus All Lives Matter takes away from what is trying to be accomplished. We're trying to bring to the forefront what the issue is, how it's been historically systemic, how it's been historically oppressive. So once again, I just think it's all about just listening, understanding, and trying your best to be a part of the movement if you want to be a part of the movement. Understanding is about, I see your point of view, I may not necessarily agree with it, but I understand where you're coming from. So I think if a lot of people would be a little more understanding, a little more tolerant towards different perspectives, then a lot more can be done, a lot of progress can be made. But if we have individuals and people of all natures just not willing to be understanding, open-minded, nothing can be done, unfortunately.
It's not just about having a diverse representation. We don't think we're having natural and inclusive kinds of conversations, and we won't understand how far apart from each other we really are. If you don't have a diverse group of people in that conversation at the beginning, who are accustomed to listening to people from diverse backgrounds and perspectives, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Lives matter!